All right. So this is the part that people might need some work to get better. What do? Distribute. Now, you can do, I'm going to offer you two ways, okay? If you know FOIL, go ahead, do the FOIL, okay? And what I would also suggest you to do to get better, so that when you go to pre-calc next year or calculus in the future, you really can do whatever it takes to make you much better. And that is, can you do FOIL mentally? Okay, like can you imagine? Okay, like, all right, what's the first term? Okay, that will be 3x squared, right? And then can you think of the outside and the inside, okay, simultaneously, like together at the same time? So the middle term will be positive or plus 11x. And then the very last term is going to be just minus 4. So the answer is going to be 3x squared plus 11x minus 4. So I hope you can do the FOIL mentally. Okay, that would be my standard for you. But if you say, well, I need some help. Well, if you need some help, then let me go ahead and help you this way. The whole thing about FOIL is actually doing this. And back in last semester, as I said, the challenge of this kind of understanding is this. When I learned to do this, it was so challenging because I wasn't able to see the abstractive side of things. Like, let me ask you this. What would you do if it's just x plus 4 times a? Would you be okay if I write down ax plus 4a? Would you be okay? Yeah? And if you're okay with this, which I believe everybody or most people should be okay with this, and then I highlight the a and I highlight the 3x minus 1, they are the same. So that's why we have 3x minus 1 times x, and then 3x minus 1 times 4. So you have to treat this thing right here as a single entity, and then imagine how this got distributed into this parentheses. Now, this is not the only way you can look at it. You can also look at it in a different way. You can also think about this as a single entity and distribute it right here. So you can say, all right, can I look at it this way? Sure. You will still get the same answer. Okay. So I'm offering you a few different ways to look at the same thing, but eventually, you have to do FOIL mentally like this. Okay. So right. So you will still get the same answer as I said. Okay. All right. So if you understand, if you're okay with this, then let's take a look at number 5. So again, it's about convincing a brain that this thing right here, it's a single entity. It may look like there are 3 things right there. Yeah, there are 3 things right there. Cannot deny this fact, but treat this as a single entity. Therefore, you can do this. Now, personally speaking, I found this the game changer for my math learning in high school, to understand that that is a single entity, and the fact that you can just go ahead and distribute just like this. If you can see the parallel relationship, it's very straightforward. So now you can go ahead and distribute and make sure you handle the powers carefully. Oops. That will be 12x squared minus 8x and then plus 20. So just combine like terms again. Ooh. Oh no, sorry. That's that's 12x cubed. Hold on. So it'll be plus, tell me 12x squared. So plus 10x squared minus 3x plus 20. People ask, can I use a calculator? Well, the problem is that at the moment, like if you have to use calculators for something simple like this, you basically give up your brain. And you lose abilities to compute some simple numbers. And that's why, I mean, we could use a calculator, but not for something that simple. And for people who are whining and asking for a calculator for simple stuff, they usually will suffer. Okay. All right, now let's take a look at this example here. Okay. Ooh, what do we do? What do we do? Okay. Now, first, I hope that you're seeing that they are multiplying. Okay. Now, what is the signal that they are multiplying? There are two things you can look for. One, like what's suggested earlier. See the parentheses? They're right next to each other. So that's a clear signal that they are multiplying. And two, if you look between the parentheses, there's no additional subtraction signs in between. That also tells you that, hey, it's not multiplying, or it's not adding or subtracting. It is multiplying, okay? But now you have three sets of parentheses. What do? You can handle two at a time, okay? Now, and again, you can handle two at a time, and you get to choose which two to handle first. And you can go by order, or you can go by any order you want. Okay, so you can say, all right, let's go ahead and do FOIL for this. Okay, 3x squared. And then 3x squared, and then what is it? 3x squared, and then plus 11 x, and then minus 4. Okay, that looks familiar. Oh, of course, that looks familiar. That was the one right above. Okay, so that's the first two polynomials multiplied together. And then let's go ahead and, well, distribute. So now you could choose to write this if that helps you. I don't have any comments about or for or against this particular writing, as long as you can do it right. If you want to skip this, that's fine too. But what you must get is that is 3x to the minus 4x. Ooh, there's a minus 5. You gotta be careful with the minus 5. Okay, so so because of the minus 5 right here, a lot of signs would change. So you better double check yourself, okay? The signs are being handled properly. So 3x cubed plus, or not plus anymore, actually, because you have plus 11 and then minus 15. So it'll be minus 4x squared. And then you have minus 59x, and then plus 20. Okay, so that would be your final polynomial answer. Okay.